Hello YouTube! Alright, this is about like the fifth shot I've tried to make in this video. I had to kennel up one of the dogs because dog and cat were going nuts. Yeah, they were just playing, but I'd get almost the way done and they'd just start barking. I apologize for the furnace noise in the background. It's kind of a Kane Rod Piper inspired kind of setting. But like him, I'm not going to fight with the furnace. It's cold. So I apologize for that noise in the background. This video is going to be another kind of a Q&A having to do with the wood plugs and the chamber bit to make like how I make all my cob mods now more like a traditional briar pipe, or not more like, but like a traditional briar pipe in the bottom of the bowl. I had posted a picture on Instagram of one of them, what it looks like, and Scott from Earthcob had asked me a couple questions about it, so I figured I would make a video if anybody else kind of had same kind of questions to kind of go along with going more on my original video, but something to add to it, I guess. So if you do have any interest in trying this out, I did a short series this fall, I believe it was just called Cob Modding Basics. I think there's like four videos on it. I believe it's in the first video where I shoot, kind of go through how I do this procedure. So if you want to, you can check that out. But moving along, one of the questions was, is the plug bigger or smaller than the stock one that comes on a Missouri Meerschaum pipe? The answer to that, in diameter it's smaller, but it's taller. Because what I use, they have a bigger plug on the bottom, and what I use to make my plugs is just I go down to whatever hardware store you got and get a 5/8 inch hardwood dowel, and it is actually smaller than the one that comes on the pipes, which leads into another question: does it make the chamber bigger? And yes, it does, but slightly. And I don't think I showed this last time, but this is the 5/8 inch dowel. This is the bottom of a Country Gentleman from one I had to hack up for my cob fluid contest last year. And I can stick that on there, and it's almost like a friction finish, a friction fit. So it's very, very close at the bottom of that taper, is around 5/8. So, and what I mean when it's taller, because after I plug it, I use a 11/16 inch chamber bit. And obviously that's bigger, but it will increase that taper a little bit. But the chamber, that's Joey whining because he's in the kennel, but we got to remember is you're not going all the way through with 11/16. You're coming down to get to that draft hole, so you're not making it that much wider, because if I put that 11/16 in there and I go to that draft hole, you can see I still can spin a little bit. And what I mean by taper, so I'll take a Mark Twain. If you notice the top, it's a lot bigger, and then it gets tighter as it goes down, but there's play there. And that's why in that video I explained why after you drill it out with the Forstner bit, the 5/8 inch bit, before you do use that chamber bit, you want to come down into this pipe and touch the top of that dowel, and just so that point has a place for that chamber bit to follow, because otherwise if you didn't do that, it might try to come down and dance a little bit, if that makes sense. So, and what I mean by taller is, this comes to that bottom of the stock shank. So your draft hole's up here, but you still have like a little bit yet to go until you get to that plug. Whereas on here, your plug is actually thicker. So to the bottom of that plug, to the dead bottom of that chamber I made, where it's rounded, is about there. So that's quite a bit of plug. That's more plug than on the stock one, so it's taller. But even more so yet, to the sides where it starts to come around, I mean, you're looking at, something like that. So the taper still remains, but also the plug is taller. But the chamber, I'm not sure if it's going to be as deep. It might be just as deep. It's hard to tell because the way that shank goes in. But so you're going to get a taller plug, and it's also going to give you some more protection even on the sides coming around. So it's going to have to burn through the hardwood plug where it starts to do that. The chamber where it's rounded, if it's going to burn out there, it would have to burn out through that hardwood plug where it's coming around, and then through the sides of the pipe. If it's going to burn out there. Otherwise, through the plug, you got so much plug that I don't think it'll ever burn out. You'd probably burn out on the side before the bottom. So I hope that would answer any questions anybody's got about it. Like I said, if you want to know the process, just go back and look up like Cob Modding Basics video number, I want to say it's number 1, where I did the plug. So I'll kind of walk you through it. So if you have any questions you want to see how to do that, you can check out that video. Hopefully this kind of answers anything. Otherwise, if you do have any more questions, just let me know. But I'll leave it at that. We got through the video. The dog only whined a little bit. All right, guys. Have a great afternoon.